Hi, this is Sandy. Here we are with day 6 of my 13 Frights Before Halloween, and we've decorated several pages in our little album. So the next set of pages, or page we're going to work on, is this flip out one with the magnetic closure. So again, I have pre-cut my papers and inked them, and I will give you the measurements as I attach them into the page. So the first one we're going to do is open it up and open this where it's closed, open it back. So I'm going to do this left inside flap first, and I'm going to use these trick-or-treat mask. And so I've already inked it, and this one, they're all going to be the same height. They're all going to be 5 and, see, 5.5. This one's 5.5. Maybe I made them the same. Let me see. Oops. Yeah, 5.5 tall. And this one for this flap is a little bit different, I think. It is 3.25. So pull your tape backing off anytime you have a magnet there that you've done. And I'm going to take my ATG gun, add adhesive to the back of the pattern paper that I want onto the page. And make sure you go the correct direction of the book. So this is on the left front flap. And it covers the magnet up. And then I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to use the scenery. So this left one is the Halloween Carnival building, and it is the 5.5 tall by 3.25 wide. I'm going to add adhesive. And this one sticks down here. And the next scene is of a haunted looking house with the fence around it, so that's going to go there. 5.5 tall. This one is 3.5 wide because this section's a little bit wider. This one goes here, and you want to make sure it goes over the hinge seam but not the fold line. So I'm going to place it here. Oops. About right there. And then the last part of the seam goes here. It's 5.5 tall, and it's also 3.5 wide. Peel that paper off and attach this one down. And just make sure you don't put it over any fold lines. So we have like the scenery here where it goes all the way across, and this folds down, and this folds in and closes. So now we're going to work, and that's really all I'm going to do is just add paper to these. I'm going to keep these plain. And then the next thing we're going to do is add the paper to this next one here. And I've decided to use this, the words, the different Halloween words. And it is 3.5, also by the 5.5. So this one's going to go here, but before we attach this, we're going to make a belly band. So I have my ribbon here. It's about a 8-9 inch piece of ribbon. And since I did not have what I wanted for a belly band, I used my Big Shot and an oval die and punched out an oval out of the stripe. And it's about 2.25 long by 2 inches wide. And I want to feed this ribbon into this little oval, but I had to make a slot. So I have a slot punch. But to make it big enough for my ribbon, I have to punch it twice. So I'm just eyeballing this. So I punch once and just scoot over a little bit. So now I have 2 notches. So I'm going to thread this through one side here, and then I'm going to put adhesive onto the back of the piece and where the ribbon wraps over, like this. The crows are going crazy today. Definitely October. Yeah, my daughter's outside yelling at them. So I'm going to cut that off so I have that little piece. And then I do the next little piece the same way. Stick it in from the front. Bring it through. Put some adhesive onto the little oval there and also the ribbon. Attach that down. So there I have this piece. And attach this, we attach it to the pattern piece of paper before we put it down. So I'm going to put my adhesive on the back. The crows won't leave. Okay, position this where you want it, about center. Center it side to side. Bring my ribbon around and attach it into the adhesive. So I had a little extra ribbon here. I'm just trim that off. And then I'm going to put some adhesive on the ribbon on the back. Okay, I had to stop the camera for a minute. It was not crows making all that noise. It's 4 blue jays in our pecan tree. Just going crazy. So we have this attached like this. And I'm going to go ahead and put it on the page. Remember, you'll have a border around all the different edges. And go ahead and burnish that down really good. So now I've got this ready, and we'll make a little mini fold-out booklet. But first, let's add something decorative here. So I've got my second sheet of stickers here, and got candy corn, got Happy Halloween. Some of these stickers are a little large for this, but I'm going to put the Beware right there in the center like that. So now we have a belly band, and all we need to do is make our little booklet. I have cut one piece of black cardstock to 9.5 inches long by 3 1/4 tall. Then I fold it in half. Just match it up and score it. You don't have to use your scoreboard if you don't want to. And then I take this end and fold it into the fold, and the other end into the fold here. So this makes a little booklet like this. And then I cut some papers. I'm using 2 patterns. I'm using the bats and the dots. And these are all 2 1/8 by 3 tall by 2 1/8 wide, and I'm going to cover each side. So you need 4 for the front and 4 for the back, and that's what we're going to do next. And then also out of the pattern paper from the Trick or Treat collection, there's a sheet that has all these different little squares, so I cut them all out, and I may need to trim some up as I put them on the front on each page. So that's what we're going to be doing. I pre-inked the edges of all of these and cut them out. So I'm going to start with the first one, and I'm using my ATG gun on all of these. So I'm just going to show you a couple to save time on the video. And I'm going to alternate. So like this is the bats, and then the dots, and so on. So I'm going to do both sides, and you're just putting these in between the square, between the fold lines. Just like that, all the way across, and then I want to cross the other side. I have this done on this first side where this is the front. the bats were first, then I did the dots, the bats, the dots. And when you flip this over, I started with the dots, the bats, the dots, the bats, so that when I fold it in, this opens up. I have every other one like that. Now you can just leave it with paper like that if you don't want to put the other things on there, but I kind of like these little squares. I like this little house here, and you can trim these down some to expose more of the bat paper. So I'm going to put this one on first, and I'm just using my scissors to trim. If you use these big Tim scissors, you can cut straighter with those than you can with others, or at least I can, so that's what works good for me. I'm going to put this one on the front, and you, like I said, you could just leave this with the pattern paper the way it is, and leave it for photos. I'm going to go ahead and put these little squares on each one, or every other one or something. Let me see how I like that. Maybe every other one. Let's see. This is, you can make these little different booklets, different sizes to tuck in pockets and things in any project that you make. You don't have to have a closure, or you can use a ribbon or elastic closure. This one's going to be held in with the belly band, so it doesn't have to have a closure. Oops, got that one a little crooked. Straighten that up. Like the cat. It says keep your paws off. That's cute. Trying to do a different one on each square. Let me see how it's doing. So, that's a jack-o'-lantern. I think I'll put that one right there. Let me cut some of this black off. Now I hear the crows outside. I've got the window shut and the air conditioner on. That's what you hear blowing every now and then. But the crows, I can hear the crows are here. That's definitely a crow right now. I don't know if you can hear it on the video or not. Okay, let's see. These two are the same. So I need to find one that's a little bit different. So I'm going to go look. Put this one on. I'm sure there's another different one, or one more. Okay, I'm going to go look, and I'll be right back with that. On this one, so this one's a little bit different, so I'm going to stick that one in there. And the little booklet will be done. And then I'll show you how to fold it up and put it under the belly band. So this is the front. So then you fold the back one down, then backwards and over. So it can go any way that you want it to, but that's the way I scored it. And then it's a little thick, so it will fit right underneath this belly band. Just lift it up here, and it will hold it in place. And that's an extra little thing in our book. So that's our segment for today. Tomorrow. And if you like for them to stay in place, you could put a magnet, but that kind of keeps them from, makes it harder to take out. So I'm not going to put magnets underneath mine. The next one we're going to do is this pocket page, which we made a sleeve, so it has an opening here at the top. So we're going to be making a tag for that, and possibly just go ahead and pattern these next 2 pages tomorrow. So I'll check back tomorrow for our next 13 Frights Before Halloween. Bye-bye.